Hey, everyone. Welcome to the In a Weekend podcast and welcome to the In a Weekend Facebook page if this is your first time joining us. Today, I have a special guest for us. Before I introduce her, though, I want to make sure that you and I know each other before we dive in. I am Yang Pratt, the chief dreamer at Our Young Creators and the creator of this In a Weekend series, where we help people like you simplify, automate, and leverage the assets already inside your business and in life and help you to do that quickly. And that brings us to the reason we are live today and why I'm introducing this amazing woman to you. Tasha Cole is a podcaster and she is now a published author of The Green Side. Tasha, welcome.
Hi, Young. I am like still just in amazement of all of what's happening, and I appreciate you for having me on here today. It's going to be some fun, some energy popping off. Yes.
Absolutely. And if you're listening on the podcast or watching live or on the replay, if you don't already know, we actually opened up the doors to eBook in a weekend. Kim White and I created this class together after putting our experiences and what we have learned the hard way how to do on creating ebooks and are putting it out there to all of you if you are at all interested in fulfilling that dream that so many people have of writing a book. Now, Tasha, I want to go back a little bit because I want to share the story of the day when, first of all, you reached out to me and said, hey, what do you know about creating an ebook? I want to know what was going on in your head that day.
Well, a lot really was going on in my head because I have all this content, and from taking one of your courses before, which is Podcast in a Weekend, and you were teaching us how we can simplify our lives and repurpose the content that we have. And I was curious, really. And I had thought about it, and I was like, I don't even know if I can even write an ebook. And I immediately was thinking negative, on the negative side. I was like, man, I might have to sit for long periods of time and write an ebook, and I don't have any content. Well, that's not true because I have content all over my Facebook business page and my personal profile page. So those were the things that were actually going through my mind. And at the time, I didn't even know you had already, wrote your ebook. I had no idea about that.
Well, it's so funny, the things that we don't know about one another as we're getting to know one another online and we meet in person. There's so many things about all of our lives, like so many hidden talents that most of us don't brag about on the daily basis. So it was so interesting that you reached out because when you reached out, Kim and I had already been talking about ebooks. She was telling me what she had created in her book to business tour and sort of the hard way that she took to publishing her ebooks. And then I shared how I had created mine, and we found some mutual things that we both did. And then, of course, because I have been called the automation ninja, one of the things I love to do is be able to teach people how to do things without doing them, which sounds crazy, I know, without having to do the hard part about doing them, I should probably say. So it was so funny that you should reach out that day, and then Kim and I were talking about it, and then we got some other questions about ebooks. So I want to know how you felt, because you recently went through a health journey. And you've had so many people reach out to you and ask you questions. And you were so gracious to reach out and tell them and give them a lot of your time. And it was a lot of time. It was taking up large parts of your time. And so Kim and I came to you and said, Tasha, it's time to create your ebook. When we said those words to you or something like that, how did you feel?
Oh, I was scared. I was scared. And the way, and it was a gentle push from both you and Kim. And she was like really just giving me a nudge and pushing me in that direction. She was like, okay, we're going to need you to do this like right now, not 2 weeks from now, but right now. And I was like, wait a minute. What you mean? Like, this is what I'm thinking in my head. Like, what you mean right now? So I had to really switch my mindset and I had to mention right then and there that I was going to do this. I had to commit myself to do this because, like you said, people were reaching out to me, putting up posts, post about me losing weight, which was not something that I tried to do. I was just trying to get my pain level under control. So yes, I was scared. That was the first thing. Because like I said earlier, I didn't want to sit at my table or at my computer desk and writing. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. So yeah, I was scared.
And I think that's such a common thing when any of us go to do something that feels big, that feels like it's pushing us to that next level. Whereas you would say it was getting us to be uncomfortable. And I think we pushed you well past your comfort zone as far as diving into this book. But we both could just see that you were impacting so many lives already through what you were sharing on social media and then the stories on your podcast, that this ebook really sort of was the next evolution of what Tasha Cole is all about.
Absolutely. Because yes, you and Kim both push me out of my comfort zone. And that is part of the message that I am endeavoring to share with people, my family, friends, even people that I haven't even met yet, just sharing with them, okay, now, if I can live outside of my comfort zone doing something that I've never done before, then they can do it too. But first of all, you have to have that belief in yourself that it can actually be done. And that's where in my health journey, it played a big part for me. So I believe that's why it helped me really to just jump on in and just, take the challenge and write the ebook.
Absolutely. And Kim and I, we are really good at nudging and sometimes pushing people a little bit farther and faster than they want to go. However, on the other side of that always are great things like this ebook. So Tasha, let's back up a little bit and can you tell everyone what your ebook is about?
The ebook it's called The Green Side, How to Juice Celery so you too can feel great, increase energy, and lose weight. And those are all of the things that I've actually during my health journey. So it's about juicing celery, drinking celery, but it's also teaching people that's never actually done it before to try something that they never tried before. And people, they ask me all the time, this is like the number one question that I get. Well, how does it taste? And I want to laugh and I don't want to make fun, but it's like, okay, it tastes like celery. My daughter, she tried it for the first time a couple of weeks ago. And she said, she asked me the same question. She said, well, Mom, what does it taste like? I said, oranges. That's what it tastes like. So and she laughed because she knows how I am about joking. But when she tastes, I gave her 4 ounces and she was like, Mom, that's too much. That's too much. But when she tasted, she was like, oh, it does taste like celery. It doesn't taste bad. It tastes like if I was eating celery with ranch. That's how she described it. So the book is actually teaching people how to just really take the plunge and just do it. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. And my daughter, she hates celery, but she took it and she was like, oh, that's good. So that's what the book is about, really.
That is great. And what I love so much about this story is that this was your personal journey. You went on a quest to have better health, to reduce your pain levels. And through that journey, people were curious about how you were doing these things, because one of the side effects or the benefits, however you want to view it, that you experienced was weight loss. And I think a lot of people were really like, how did you make it happen? I want to do that too. And because this was your journey and you could speak from your personal experience, you didn't have to go research a lot of things. You didn't have to go learn something new. You literally took all of the emotions and all of the thoughts and the process you had about this journey, and you shared that. So first of all, I want to commend you for that, because a lot of people will share things. They won't take that to the next level necessarily and want to do something like you did and write a book. So kudos to you for taking that huge leap of faith and trusting Kim and I to make that happen.
Thank you. It definitely was a leap of faith. Earlier I stated that a big part of me, other than you and Kim, just giving me a gentle nudge and pushing me out of just really getting me out of my comfort zone, is the fact that I believed it before I even tried celery juice. I believed it. I believed that when I started drinking celery juice, the way that I learned how to drink it, from another source, I just believed it, that when I started drinking it, that it was going to bring my pain level down, the inflammation down. So that was really the basis of what brought me to where I am now, is my belief. If you don't have a belief, no matter what it is, if you don't have a belief that it will actually happen for you, then it's not going to happen for you. Now, on the other hand, as far as the weight loss, again, I stress this a lot. That's not my intentions to lose weight. So far, I have lost 22 pounds maybe. And I wasn't trying to. It was just my main thought, and my main goal was to get the inflammation under control. And other benefits started happening. So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, and that's so good. And it just really goes to show that every person who is watching live or on the replay, or on the podcast, we each have unique experiences and challenges that we've overcome or learned through that can be exactly what you can put into an ebook. You don't have to go get your PhD in something and then write the book. You don't have to go live in the Himalayas and then write the book. There's something already that you've experienced that is material for an ebook. And the world is absolutely waiting for you to share those stories and experiences.
Absolutely. Well, Ashley Young, I did get my PhD. My PhD actually stands for Personal Health Discoveries, because that's what actually happened for me.
And I love that. I love that acronym and how you flipped it. And, again, I really just want to impress upon everybody that, Tasha had this experience, this grand quest, and through this quest, she was helping people. And so her helping people was elevated by the creating of this ebook. So if you have something in your mind that you want to share, it's definitely a great time to let the world know about that and to create that book. And we actually have our doors open into our program, eBook in a Weekend, for just 2 more days. And we would love to have you join us in there. You can head over to youngpratt.com/create-my-ebook to join us. We start on Friday. And I want you to think about, at the end of the weekend, at the end of this first quarter, all of you listening and watching can walk away having written an ebook. And that, my friends, is a huge, huge deal. Now, Tasha, if there's someone watching or listening to the podcast and they're still thinking, I don't know if I can create an ebook, what would you tell them?
I would tell them, yes, they can. And I would say to them my favorite quote. I recently learned this quote within the last year, and I have committed this quote to my mind and my heart and my spirit, and I continuously say it often. And it simply says, you must do the thing you think you cannot do. That's by Eleanor Roosevelt. And I actually said that to myself while I was writing the ebook. And the more I said it to myself, I actually completed the ebook in 25 hours.
That's
because that
so
quote
incredible.
actually helped me.
So good,
Yes.
so good. After we are done, if you would pop that quote down below, I just love it. And I think it needs to be like the signature statement for everything we do in our In a Weekend series, because it really is about, you have to do the thing that you don't think you can do in order to do it, which is so true, because we often stand in our own way and reconstruct these walls and these stories that tell us we're not able to do it. So thank you for sharing that quote. And I want to make sure that anyone watching or listening can connect with you to find out more about the green side and this amazing adventure you have been on. What is the best place for them to connect?
Anyone can connect with me on Facebook. It's at TC Knows Brand. You can also connect with me on my website, bit.ly/gotcelery. And also you can connect with me on Instagram as @_TC Knows.
Fantastic. And again, once we're finished, if you would pop those links down below, that would be amazing. Definitely connect with Tasha. You let her be your inspiration, that if she can go through an experience and come out on the other side, helping other people, and then turning that all into an ebook, you, my friends, can do it too. And we would love to see you inside eBook in a Weekend. Again, to save your seat and find out more about the class, you can head to youngpratt.com/create-my-ebook. Tasha, I want to thank you so much for entrusting Kim and I to walking you through this ebook process. And again, a huge congratulations to you for becoming a published author.
Thank you so much. I appreciate all of what you and Kim have done for me. And I guarantee that if anybody decides to take your course this weekend, they will not regret it. They will not regret it.